If I keep sitting right here, I might keep coming back.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming to our press conference. We're going to start with questions from student athletes, and then, well, we're going to first we're going to start with Coach Jack's opening statement.
Okay.
Then we'll take questions from student athletes, then we'll take questions from Coach Jack.
This game was kind of tough. It's hard to stay focused. But I think that we're really fighting a lot of different fights, and I really am proud of how our team started. And it was really like, Coach gave everybody an opportunity. I'm like, wow, this is mature. This team is maturing before my eyes. They really care about each other, and they really care about, everybody getting an opportunity when things get to this point where the game is in a situation where we have an opportunity to have success. We just want to be in the locker room and all celebrate and have a good time. And I'm so grateful that he chose me to coach this group of young ladies because they really get it.
Yeah, so this one's for Sinai and Dariana. So earlier before the game, Coach Jack, you were talking about kind of how you can impose your will inside with your guys' size, and kind of on the defensive end of things, which I know you guys have really been working on. What did you see on the defensive end in terms of their play inside?
I'm sorry. More their perimeter based, so it was more or less that I could talk to my teammates more and tell them screens are coming, and if they did go on the inside, work on my other big to, move to make sure we could defend correctly on the inside.
I agree. I just feel like we was just all talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? We know if somebody got beat, it was our help. So we just kept Xing out, kept talking to each other, and making sure we had each other's back, because that's a really big part of our team this year. Is having each other's back.
Elena, 16 points for you tonight, close to a career high. What do you think works so well for you?
I think I just went out there and played my game. I think me just giving myself confidence and just going out there and really taking the shots I know I can make, which made me the better player I was today, and it clearly showed. And you see me talking, boy.
All right, for the other players, can you guys just talk about the improved shooting in general against Stony Brook? I think the first half was 31%, and today you finished the game about near 50%. Just talk about the improved shooting from Monday to today.
I think we just, we always want to get shots up after practice, before practice, during our free time. We know that if we have a bad shooting night, we got to turn it around quick. You know what I'm saying? So that's a drug for our bigs. Is if our guards shooting the ball, that's our way of getting our rebounds and making them look good too. So I think that's it, the extra shooting after practice, before practice.
Yeah, just speaking of rebounds, 16 rebounds on Monday, 10 tonight. You're big on the glass. What is that a testament to?
Myself, I know that I'm just I just can't stop. I can't stop rebounding. If nothing is going well, I know I'm going to rebound. It wasn't my night. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got shooters for. I'm there on the glass every time. I know that if I keep working hard to rebound, I know I'll make my guards look good, and then I'll get easy dump-off points. Then again, I know that, WNBA needs a couple rebounders. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes, ma'am.
This is for Elena. First half, you had 4 points. Then just in the third quarter, especially, you popped up 10 points. Was there anything working? Just finding good shots. What was working in the third quarter for you specifically?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it was just, it was my time. You know what I mean? When it's your time, it's your time. You go out there and you show what the world.
That's it, man.
And I kept running the floor, and I kept getting after it.
Yeah, so Colgate didn't seem to have too much size inside in the lane. What did you see in the lane from when you were driving?
Oh, I saw it was wide open. Because, when they would show help, but not really commit. So, you got to notice that. So I noticed it, and I just took it.
This is Sanaya. I know Gariana and Asia, they bring obviously so much energy on the glass, on the inside to begin with. So for you and Kyra, kind of coming off the bench, replacing that, what's kind of your mindset? I know you guys all bring your own different skill sets, but what's your mindset coming off the bench and trying to match that energy that the first group has?
Given that Stretch and Asia are both grads, they kind of set the tone for me and Kyra. So for us, it's just going in at that mindset to keep up that energy and keep us moving. Coach Jack says, if we stay ready, we don't have to get ready. So having that mindset walking in, we just go in and just put our foot on the gas, really.
One more question for student athletes. Yep, right there.
And talking about your energy with the second game that you guys have played this week, how do you kind of adjust your mindset going into a matchup after playing on Monday?
Rest.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta rest up, get your body ready for the next game because it's coming. So you just gotta prepare and rest up, and then because things gotta keep going no matter what. The ball doesn't stop for anybody.
I would say don't think about the last game. You know what I'm saying? Like, last game is over with. Yeah, we beat them, but you know what I'm saying? This team could have came, if we would have came in here lacking, they would have took over. So we just keep the same mindset of everybody got to get beat. Like, you got to come through us. You're not going to just come in here and just walk over us. You got to come through all of us.
Yeah,
Yep,
I agree.
I agree.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Cut that.
Go, hey, yo.
Yesterday you said the defense wasn't where it needed to be, but for you tonight you forced 10 steals. You had 10 steals, 14 turnovers. Were you pleased with the defensive performance?
We're getting better. No, we're pleased but not satisfied. We really have an opportunity to take some steals in the middle of the third, and we waited for somebody else to get the ball, and then wanted to go on the scoring side instead of getting the ball. And we're going to show those clips, and I just think that if you turn the ball over, you got to pick it up, and we got to get that to the next person that's down the floor. We're getting better, but I'm a defensive coach. It's not going to be great till the last team's dancing.
Coach, a lot of turnovers tonight.
Yeah.
Colgate didn't exactly make you pay when you play the higher intensity teams in the ACC that are better skill set than Colgate. Those teams might make you pay. How are you guys going to adjust?
Might make us, absolutely will. 17 turnovers is too much for any team to have great success. And it wasn't the force of their turnovers. It's that I think we got too lackadaisical with the ball, and we're going to address that too. And we handle the ball a lot better. Some of them was unforced. And you know what? Quite honestly, the last 5 minutes of the game, those young ladies came in and really didn't value the ball, and they haven't played a lot of minutes. So I'm gonna credit those guys for some of those turnovers, and they're going to get some film session as well. So this is going to take all of us, and I think that these young ladies are open to the message.
Connor and Nick.
So you guys didn't necessarily need to have success today from the three-point line to win the game, but that's another game that the team has struggled from three. What do you think needs to change from the outside shooting, and do you think the return of Georgia is a part of that?
Return of Georgia will be a part of that, and we've just got Cheyenne got cleared, and she'll be ready to play as we move forward through the next couple of weeks, and she can really open up the floor a lot. She's an incredible passer from the nail, and don't guard her. She's going to be able to shoot that, and she can pass it out to our shooters. And our feet aren't ready, and it's really hard to adjust right now. And I think that the more we practice in the dome, the better we're going to be. But it's almost like we're on a road game because we don't practice here all the time. But we practice here more than they've ever done before, so it can't be an excuse. And it's the team that went to a Final Four, so I got to get my head what these lights look like, and we got to get our players here as much as we can, and we're going to be better later from the three. And so the heck with the three, let's get to the nail and get to the lip, and let's get it the old-fashioned way, make a shot and get to the free throw and hit the free throw.
Coach, you guys outscored Colgate 40-8 in the paint tonight. What does that say about your team's performance?
We can do even better. They didn't even want to go in the paint. This is a team that's a perimeter-laced team, and their best post player, I think she had 4 threes at halftime. So, that's not saying a lot about what we did. It's what they chose to not do. And so I think that we got ducked in a lot on the inside post, and I thought that we were reacting after they made a decision instead of dictating, and we're going to get better defensively in the post. But the 40-8, they didn't want to shoot, and we're going to be from the inside out.
Jenna Paul had 6 threes tonight on the outside. I mean, with the interior defense, would you say that the three-point defense needs a little bit of work?
Yeah, well, if we were in a situation where the points was tighter, we would have made more adjustment defensively. I just want to work through some things and see how, if we can get to laterally better with our bigs and a player-to-player kind of defense. Had it been a game that was closer, we certainly wouldn't have stayed in that defense. We got a plethora of defensive schemes that we could have used, but I didn't want to stay with that one, just to kind of work on some things tonight.
Elena was talking just about her performance earlier, just from the sidelines. What were you seeing from her team that 16 points today?
I think that she's really a young lady who sat back and waited her turn instead of kicking the door down and saying, I am here and you're going to see me. And I'm not allowing her to hide. And I'm letting her understand, even though she had a tough situation in the last game and she asked to come out, I said, don't you ever do that again. Let me coach and you play. And you got to sit in the mistakes. And that's what womanhood looks like. And I think that she's a young lady that says, you know, wow, you really going to give me this opportunity? And the answer is unequivocally yes. She deserved it. She earned it. So all preseason long, she was the young lady that finished in top 3. So this is her time to shine, and we're not going to let her hide anymore.
Coach, it seems like DeAsia kind of shows like a lot of little leadership things throughout the game. You know, directing players where to go, high five after turnover, stuff like that. I was just curious if that's something that if she kind of exhibited those kind of characters, those leadership traits early on when she arrived at UB, or if that's something she kind of grew into during her time.
Well, she definitely grew into that, and she understands the assignment. You know, we're really lacking like that leadership role, and she's capable of doing more, but it's not the lane she'd like to be in, if you will. It's a lot we're asking for her because there's a system that we brought here, and only one player from that team has been playing in that system. The more Georgia gets here, the more Cheyenne gets out there, you're going to see her go into more of a quiet role, but in more of an assassin, if you will. But she's so busy trying to get people to understand how we do things that I think we're losing her a little bit. And so I'm really concerned with her doing almost too much leadership and not enough playing. We got to get her. We got to get that equilibrium right. You know.
Last 2 questions for Coach. We'll work on it in the back.
Yeah, so this is the second straight game that you've held the opponent to 2 quarters where they've scored single-digit points. And what do you think's been so special about those defensive stretches?
I'm a defensive coach, and I'm not happy until we get 2 quarters like that, or then 3. You know, and sometimes I think we got a two-headed monster. We want to score a lot of points. We want to defend under 59 points. And sometimes you just got to let them go and be free. And then there was a stretch in the second quarter where we didn't score. They scored a shot. We come down. We went too fast. They come back down. They hit a 3. And then we went down and got a turnover. And 2 things could have happened. I could have called a timeout, or I could have called a slower set. But I want them to play through some of that stuff a little bit. And that created an opportunity where we possibly could have had 2 quarters. But I made a decision to see what they can look like if you let them be free. That's what we kind of have fun with this team. We're going to have them play free.
Coach, what is it about shooting in the stadium that's different from shooting in a gym?
Well, it's a closed gym in the Mellow. There's walls, and it's a closed gym. And then if you come to the Dome, it's an open air, and the trajectory of the ball is different. Some people are just gifted and can shoot. Is that what you're talking about, practicing?
Why is it different for shooters? Is it a depth perception issue?
Depth perception, absolutely, and lighting perception for sure. Me, I'm just coming through your chest if I play. You know, I'm playing inside. But for the shooters that's out on that perimeter, you got to readjust. And so that's why we shoot around every single time we play. And they're getting adjusted a little bit more. Elena's adjusted, for sure. We got to get, and DeAsia and Tisha get adjusted. It's going to be a fun situation. Thank you so much for all you guys do for women's basketball.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.